everyone. I'm Vika Vermichel, and what I'm going to do is to practice some English speaking skills because I am studying in English in my university, so I need to practice it regularly, but I lack of opportunities doing it in real life, so I decided to, sorry for the background, to post some videos where I will be talking on some topics about something. And today I am going to do the exercise for speaking skills. Here I got my laptop, um, and there are some quotations about art. I will write it during the editing of the video. There will be quotations on the screen. Um, so I need to read the quotation and elaborate my opinion about them, how far do I agree with each of them, and explain why. I hope that I will be successful. I know that I will be, so let's get started. The first quotation is: art is the light that enables us to realize the truth. I cannot agree wholly with this quotation, but I think it's partially true because art sometimes it is about lying because for each person there is a unique truth and we can't just agree on something with the whole world. Each person has their own opinion, and that's all right. So for somebody, the art of someone else will be a lie. But on the other hand, art is always about the true emotions of a person who does this art, because the artist, I believe that artist tries to express their soul in that way that is pleasant for them. And that's actually why art exists, in my opinion. Mm, art is the light that enables us to realize the truth. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I am not sure if light can help us to realize the truth, actually, because no, maybe it helps because you can never feel the deep and the power of truth if you haven't ever experienced being lied to. So you need to, unfortunately, being lied to during your life at least once to know the value of truth, and art can help it. Um, Next one. Modern art is I could do that, plus, yeah, but you didn't. I am not sure about this one. I am not actually a fan of modern art. Well, what is modern art for me is just a painting or, I don't know, a drawing, something that is not quite understandable for everyone. The artist who did that piece of work understands it, I hope. It would be strange if either. Um, but I don't think modern art is about bragging that, yeah, I could do that, but you didn't. I don't think art is about bragging, but this quotation seems to me that it's about bragging. So I don't agree with this one. Um, Advertising is the greatest art form of the 20th century. I don't know. I can say this about each of them. I don't know. Well, I'm not familiar with the advertising of the 20th century and the art of the 20th century. Um, as far as I remember, we have studied some um, advertising campaigns during the previous year in the university at the university. Um, I remember the evolution of the advertising, but I just don't feel that it's the greatest art form of the previous century because it's just advertising. It's important, yes. The whole world was turned from the top to the bottom in the previous century because a lot of companies have appeared and the information technologies just were invented and have evolutioned to the way that we have them now. And but it's still an advertising, just an advertising. I think that there were more interesting and significant ways of expressing and doing art in the previous century. Anyway, there was beauty of people. I think that the beauty of people is the greatest form of art in any time because people create everything else that we have. And if there were no people on the planets, in the world, there wouldn't be any art, you know. Well, nature is kind of art again, but I don't know. For me, a person and their mind, their life, their thoughts, uh, I think it's the greatest form of art, and the 20th century was not the exception. So, no, advertising is not the greatest art form, in my opinion. Um, Art is what you can get away with. Yes, that one is definitely true. Um, I used to have moments several years ago where I would sit during nights and watching for some series or reading or even write something myself. I really like writing. And yes, art is what you can get away with indeed because it just helps you to forget all the troubles that you got during the day or week and to just feel comfortable, feel the positive emotions or even negative emotions that you want to feel for some reason. That's okay. um, I don't know what to say on this one. I just agree. So let's go to the next one. The urge to destroy is also a creative urge. Yes, yes, definitely, completely truthful. Um, Again, several years ago, where I was having not the best periods of my life, I was in the position where I felt I felt completely me when I was destroying myself through some pieces of art where I was writing not the prettiest poems and texts. Um, and yes, I think it's beautiful. The urge to destroy is also a creative urge. I think that's all geniuses are crazy for some scale. I don't know how to express it, but they are crazy, and maybe everyone is crazy for some time in their life. Um, and we need to destroy ourselves sometimes to create something new. And I also think that it's totally alright because um, when the star is being born, it needs to be an explosion there. There need to be there needs to be an explosion, you know. um, so yeah, I feel that people can create something really, really beautiful and relatable to others when there are periods of their destruction, and that's just how things go. Uh, the more minimal the art, the longer the explanation. Yes, I also agree with this one because I am personally in love with the minimalistic style, and I believe that the more complicated the person is, the more simple the designs they choose, the I don't know, nail designs, flat design, clothes style, and so on. Um, and yes, when you're simple, you you will most likely need to explain yourself for a long time to others because there is this um, non-linear dependence, you know, when the minimalistic urge is high, the level of complication of your mind and life is high too. So yeah, the more minimal the art, the longer the explanation. I think that the art is also under this condition. Um, yeah, and I feel that it's the last one. Oh, it's long. Art never responds to the wish to make it democratic. It is not for everybody, it is only for those who are willing to undergo the effort needed to understand it. Um, in some way, I relate to this quotation because I think that it's not even about the willing to undergo the effort. it's the ability to understand the art, because there are some pieces of art like difficult books, paintings, that a person just cannot understand because they are not able, and it's not good, it's not bad. Sometimes it's about um, the level of, I don't want to say education or qualification, but it's how developed their mind is, you know. And to understand some pieces of art, you need to study hard for a long time, maybe half of a life, and only then you will be able to understand something, and that's all right. But there are some other things of different kind of art when, no matter how long you was studying or learning or trying to understand, you just won't be able to, whenever. And I think that's also okay, because there are things, such things for me too. For example, I am not a programmist and I feel like I will never be. Uh, and I just don't understand that. I don't. And I can do something about it because it's just not in my DNA, maybe. Maybe that's how it works. You're just not able. Art never responds to the wish to make it democratic. Yes, with this, um, with this, what is it? Sentence. Let's call it sentence. With this sentence, I can agree, because the purpose of art is not to be democratic and easy for everyone. That's not the goal of the artist who does the art. Art is to express, to be yourself, and that's the point of artist, in my opinion, because I do the art. In order to not being understood, but to express the emotions that I want to express. So yeah, art is not democratic. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes not, but still. Um, so I feel that that's all that I wanted to say. That's my first video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more. I hope you loved it. Bye.